Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Please like, subscribe to the channel. Today, we're going to be talking about Shiba Inu, one of the biggest meme coins, ERC20 tokens in history. Somehow it became a project of one of the biggest communities in crypto history. And now we find ourselves in the most chaotic chapters it's ever seen. Because right now, Shiba Inu is at a crossroads. It's going to evolve into a real ecosystem with purpose? Maybe. Or is it going to collapse under the pressure of its own drama? So let's break it down. Shiba Inu's price has been stuck in this endless cycle of hype, disappointment, and the quote, maybe next year. Honestly, that's not surprising. Why? Because the price follows clarity. And right now, the Shiba Inu ecosystem has anything but clarity. Investors want to know what's being built. They want to know who's building it. They want transparency, direction, and leadership. Instead, SHIB holders are watching a multi-token ecosystem spiral into confusion with the team fighting with its own community. Meanwhile, SHIB's price reacts exactly how you would expect. Hesitation, uncertainty, and stalled momentum. But here's the thing. Shiba Inu has a massive global community that alone gives its fuel. If the project gets its house in order, SHIB could absolutely see a rebound, especially in a bull market. But right now, the drama is the anchor. One of the biggest mistakes, in my opinion, that Shiba Inu made was diluting the ecosystem with too many tokens. Bone, Leash, Treat, She, each supposedly serving a purpose, but none of them fully developed or delivered. They've delivered some of them, but not to the level we need to see. This isn't expansion. This is confusion. So think about it. Most ecosystems struggle to manage one token properly. SHIB tried to juggle four, and that's where things went wrong. They tried to build a meme coin, a layer 2 blockchain, a stable coin, a metaverse, a DEX, new financial system, multiple tokens. But the problem is they tried to do it all at once with no clear roadmap and inconsistent leadership. That's not innovation. That's overextension. And the truth is, they should have released the stable coin with Bone. That's my personal opinion. Especially since Bone is the gas token for Shiba Inu. You cannot run a serious layer 2 blockchain without a stablecoin. Stablecoin is the lifeline of on-chain activity. It's the heartbeat of DeFi, and they left it out. That was their first critical mistake. Now let's talk about the recent hack, because the timing to me is suspicious. Satoshi steps back, goes quiet, takes a backseat on the project, and suddenly Cal is left running the whole thing. A boom, a hack happens. Convenient? Coincidence? Maybe. Definitely poor security and internal chaos. No one can say for sure what this is undeniable. The moment leadership disappeared, things fell apart. That's my personal opinion. All this stuff is my personal opinion, not financial advice. I'm just giving it to you straight up, real. A strong project needs direction. You can't hand the keys off to one developer expecting the ecosystem to flourish. This hack exposes vulnerabilities in the system. The team structure, the communication, the fundamental stability of SHIB's operation. And here's the most shocking part. The SHIB core team has started attacking its own community. Imagine owning a Starbucks franchise. A customer walks in, complains their latte is fucking cold, and instead of fixing it, you jump on X and start publicly trashing them. You wouldn't last a week if I ran that fucking company. I would fire your ass. And that's what SHIB is doing. And it's terrible business. Crypto communities thrive on transparency, accountability, and connection. You don't grow by attacking people who supported you from day one. Now, the aftermath is what we're seeing right now. Confidence is dropping, holders losing faith, fear and division, price stagnation, builders moving on, influencers dissing themselves. The ecosystem is suffering from something worse than a hack. It's internal decay. So here's the real question. Can Shiba Inu recover? Absolutely. But only if the project does this following. They must simplify the ecosystem, kill the token clutter, focus on one or two assets, make SHIB and Bone the centerpiece, stop diluting the narrative, release the fucking stablecoin. She should have been live years ago if they want Shiba Inu to matter. They need a stable coin now. Fix leadership. The community needs accountability. They need communication. They need direction. They they need right now. They need everything. There's no captain running the boat. The fucking thing's sinking like the goddamn Titanic. And one of the most important things is stop attacking the community. Turn criticism into improvement, not into war. Rediscover the original mission. Shiba Inu started as a community-driven meme coin. Somehow along the way, the spark got lost in the noise, the drama, and the token overload. But here's the good news. Shiba Inu and Shibarium, they can recover massively. They can get the real brand recognition, a loyal base, even more than what they have, and the potential for real utility. Shib, the ERC20 token, isn't dead. Shibarium, that's a tough one. They need liquidity. That might be over. But Shib started as a meme coin. Look at Doge, look at Pepe. They have one token, no utility, and they're doing well. If the team refocuses and tightens their vision, releases the stablecoin, patches their security, re-engages with the community, Shib could be an absolute stage for a comeback. But right now, the truth is Shiba Inu is at a make or break moment. Either this becomes the greatest comeback story history in all time, or it becomes a tale about what happens when an ecosystem tries to do everything and ends up doing nothing. And that's the reality of Shiba Inu's price. Shibarium drama and the future of this unstoppable movement. Now let's talk about, my personal feeling. I think they dropped the ball a lot. I think there's some really good projects within Shibarium, like K9 Finance. I mean, they were the biggest liquidity provider, on the chain, and the team's trashing them. It makes no sense. How are you going to fuck with the biggest liquidity provider? It just doesn't make any sense. And they're some of the smartest people within the ecosystem that can help drive the force of Shibarium and get it out there. Where are the spaces? Why don't you guys answer any fucking questions? Host a space. Let people talk. Everyone, has this perception of, it's all yours and it's nobody else's. And if, you have any kind of critical feedback, you get banned or blocked. That's not how you run a business. And we can see why the Titanic is sinking, So for me, I think, Shib, the actual token, will do very, very well. Sorry, need some water. It's already on exchanges. It's easier for retail to get. But, all the other Shib drum, the Shibarium stuff, that they're building around, I think they just oversaturated themselves to try to do too much stuff and didn't do anything right. That's my personal opinion. And then to knock the OGs in Shib, even if you got big KOLs, you need them. You need them to push the narrative out there. The worst thing that can happen is people stop talking about it. Then it dies, But, coming back to Shib and the price, everyone's got these pipe dreams of it going to a cent or a dollar. If you're a real retail investor, that most likely won't happen. It's not financial advice, but the liquidity, the market cap needs to be a ridiculous amount than what it is right now. Just because you buy it now, way under a penny, and you think it's going to go to a penny, that means, Bitcoin's going to be $500,000 to $1 million. And the burning, Shib, the whole narrative around that was to burn the token, but there's not a lot of burns going on. And, I will respect, Shibarium on this matter, that using it helped burn Shib, but no one's using it. So it's not burning any Shib. For me, price indication means liquidity in the project, not just burns. You can burn a whole bunch of supply, but there's no money coming in. The price doesn't go up. So, I just want to go over Shib a little bit. People are going to hate me, love me. I don't really give a fuck. It doesn't matter. This is my personal opinion. I know I'll probably get some heat on it, but that's what makes great content, because I don't give a fuck, man. I tell you the truth, straight up truth. I'm not that kind of influencer that's going to say, it's going to $1 tomorrow, because that makes no sense. We don't like any of that price stuff. We want to give it to you real, the truth, what's happening. There's a lot of great people building around Shib. That was Ryoshi's vision is, it's for the community, build whatever you want, just contribute back. however it is. Promote the brand, burn anything you want, of your token. Burn Shib, the ERC20 token, just help the ecosystem. That's what it's all about, community driven, right? And I think we lost that. People want to take ownership and say, we're the core team, we're this, we're the best thing ever. Nobody gives a fuck, unless you're out there really putting the work and showing the proof, then you're Ryoshi. So on that note, we'll catch you on the next video. Definitely like, subscribe. Oh yeah, also put down in the comment section, do you think Shib will flourish this cycle, next cycle? Let me know your opinions on Shibarium. Do you even know what Shibarium is? Kind of want to get the sense and the depth of, what the world is thinking of. But at the end of the day, holding Shib is not a bad deal. It's the top ERC20 token, on Ethereum. It's not going anywhere. It's on exchanges. It's done what most coins, wish they could do. So we'll catch you on the next video. We'll break down the ecosystem even more, but I just want to get the Shib video out and let you know my opinion on the recent hack and what's going on. I think they need some management shift, and change isn't bad. Change is good. There's a lot of people that hold Shib. There's a lot of people, that had been holding for years and years since it came out, and it's 2025. There's new things coming. There's better things coming. But at the end of the day, if you hold your community strong together, you will flourish and you will win. So catch you on next video, and definitely like, subscribe, and post in the comments, man. I want to hear what you want me to talk about. I'll talk about anything. I don't care. Everyone knows I'm the sandwich man. I'll talk about anything. I don't care. So have a great day, and we'll catch you on the next video.